No, the thumbnail wasn't a clickbait. I had to get me one of them closed set signs or something, or teach the dog to be quiet, read. No, the thumbnail wasn't a come on clickbait or whatever you want to call it. This is a free lathe to a good home. It's what I believe to be a 1959 Logan Lathe, back when machine tools were made to be used. Now this one is called a chucker lathe. It's an 1830-2 model, and I believe the serial number is, lathes usually have the serial number stamped down here on the bed. This one's no exception. 73865. And going over to Keith Rucker's website where he keeps all the vintage manuals and everything, I looked it up, and this one should be about 1959. That means it's 65 years old in there. It's almost as old as I am. Anyway, this is a chucker lathe. It's surprisingly almost all there. It runs on 3-phase power, but the motor could be changed over really inexpensively to a 220 or a 110 motor. It just hangs underslung back here in the back. I'll show you some pictures of that. Now, for those of you that don't know, a chucker lathe doesn't have a tailstock, and it doesn't have a gearbox that you can use to cut screws and things like that. It does have a rotating tool turret. Now, Bob is a chucker lathe too. This ain't no Bob. Bob is a lot more robust, but this does the same type of projects with it. You've got a carriage that goes back and forth. You can rotate your tools. Well, I'd say you can. I did it a minute ago. All right, tools. There we go. There we go. I got her unlocked. That rotates around. You put 6 tools in, and you can just flip through them just like I do on Bob. Now, it also has this accessory, which is a 2-position tool post that you can put up here and put a cutoff tool or something on it, and then do both operations with both slides. It's got a collet system in it. It's got a bar feeder right here for it. I call it closer down there, and it's in surprisingly good shape. Now this lathe, I haven't plugged it in, so I don't know. Just haven't had time, and I got other things going on. It's going to a good home. This table down here is highly sought after by steampunk or steam art or whatever they call it, collectors that like to take old things and make them into furniture. Those legs and those base sell for a lot of money. I don't want any money for it. I want somebody to take it and reuse it, refinish it if you have to, clean it up, just make it work, and keep it intact. Now, I could sell this thing, but I'd rather see it go to a good home. It's starting to rain out here, so I might have to move around. Well, here's the conditions. I'm not going to make you do a subscribe. I'm not going to make you do anything. I just want somebody to have this that will promise me that they won't scrap it or sell it off to some steampunk or steam art or steam something collector to make a table out of. I could do that. I can sell that base for probably $500, but I don't want to unless I have to. It's been sitting in my shop for about 3 years now, and frankly, I need the space bad. And so I'm on a rampage here. In fact, if anybody needs a gooseneck drill press, call me. I've got one here too. And I've got some money in it. This one I don't have any money in. I'm just saving it. Now, you don't see me giving away stuff because YouTube's got all kinds of rules against it, and you damn near have to hire another company to handle this. But for this little project, you know, I'm not making any money off of it. I'm not requiring you to do anything except come get it or pay for the shipping for it. Now, I thought how to pick the person who wants it in case there's one or more of you that want it. I'm really hoping there's somebody in Houston wants it, but that's the way it is. Now, the first thing is you don't have to be a subscriber, but I'm going to pick the person that gets it in case 2 or 3 of you want it by one. If you're a subscriber or a member, you would go ahead of somebody that's not. And I'd like for you to at least know that you're going to use it or restore it. That's what I'd like most of all. So contact me. My email, if you go to the About page on my channel page, my email's listed there, and you can get in touch with me that way. I promise you I'll try to be fair and honest about all the things about it. I just want it to go to a good home. Well, as you can see, my collection of finished Bridgeport parts are growing. We're getting there, guys. I'm working on the column right now. I will take you over there in a minute and show you some stuff. This is the, I guess it's pedestal. I don't know what its name is. It fits on the base, and the jack screw for the knee goes in here. And I got it all fixed up and painted, and it looks great. Now, I've read a lot of comments about, well, not a lot, a few. All right, two comments that say I'm going to make this thing look so damn pretty that I'm never going to use it. You don't know me very well. That's the good thing about being able to fix all this stuff yourself, guys. I can redo it again. Might not want to, might not care about it, but I will use it. Probably a mill is usually one of the most used things in my shop, so don't worry about it. Thanks for your concern, though. Let's go look at the column. Here's the column for the Bridgeport I've been working on. And I put a lot of Bondo in some of the really deep holes. And then I got to experimenting, trying to see if I could get some of the roughness of the casting to go away. They didn't do much of that when they poured this. You can see by all the marks and everything. I think they just slapped a layer of this red filler on it and let it go. But I went and been experimenting with some different wheels. This is a fine wire wheel. It does okay. It actually kind of polishes it a lot. Another wheel I've been using up in here is a, let's see if we can get it closer. Maybe you can see this here. See all these bright shiny marks? That's the cast iron that flap disc started leveling off. And then there's some really deep indentations here. Well, I'm going over it with the flapper, and down here you can see what I've done. I made it a little bit better in this area here. If I can get it into this, I think putting the icing on will make it look really nice. This is regular Bondo, the gray stuff. And I've gone down on the base. Got a lot to do, but I'm getting it. Now, this is pretty smooth feeling. I went over it with that wire brush, and I think some little places in here need to be done, but we're going to clean it all off, put some icing on it, and make it work. I think I showed you this tool before. This is one of the little fuel Milwaukee battery-powered right-angle die grinders. with these little pads you can buy. They're inexpensive. It works really well where it's a curved surface. Make short work of it. Rechargeable. These little discs just screw on and then right off. They got a little nib back on them. I like it. Well, that's about it right now. I'm about ready to start scraping on the 4-foot edge, and we'll get to some more work videos pretty quickly here. Contact me if you want the lathe, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. See you next time.